Hey guys, listen. Every day that you get up, you're faced with a decision. You got two choices. It's either you're going to be locked in or you're not, right? And I think the crazy thing about life in general is that a lot of people will know when you're locked in and when you're not locked in, because when you're locked in, they're going to tell you about it, whether it's directly or indirectly. And when you're not locked in, they're just going to treat you like you're average, right? Every interaction is going to be average. Wherever that takes you mentally, let it take you. For a lot of people, that's going to be high and goodbye. But when you're locked in, a lot of people want to know, dang, what is it about you that's different? Something about you is different. Even your closest inner circle, they'll know, because something about you, something about your approach, something about when you engage in conversation is different. So when you get up today, I want you to make the decision to be locked in, right? And here's the crazy thing. Even when you're locked in, let's talk about your walk, right? Let's talk about your walk with Christ. When you feel that you're locked in, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna pray. You might even read your devotion, whatever you choose to do to lock in with God. That's what you do. But even in that, you may not be locked in, and stay with me now. You may not even be locked in. You might just be going through the motions. So, and here's the crazy thing is, you know when you're going through the motions, and you don't, and you know when you're not going through the motions, right? And it's usually when something is going extremely bad, all of a sudden we get super locked in with God. Like, oh man, God, I'm just going through this. We're crying. We're listening to worship. We're doing all these different things, right? But then when everything is kind of going good or going normal or just simply just coasting through, just going in the right direction, we just tend to go through the motions. Hey, forgive me my sins and thank you for a new day. I'm excited, whatever, right? Whatever. But I want you to get even more locked in. I'm going to tell you why, because when we add the other side of being locked in, both spiritually and physically, that takes you to a new level, guys. I'm sorry. Like, everything around you goes in a great direction when you are locked in both physically and both spiritually and physically, because both require huge sacrifice. Like, you have to physically sacrifice something in both of those. I'm gonna tell you why. Because for most of you guys, you're working professionals, and if your life is similar to mine, I'm extremely busy. I'm extremely busy. I run my own business. I'm married and I have 3 kids, 2 in which are in competitive sports on a weekly basis. So when I'm not in the gym, I'm doing something for my wife or my kids, right? So that means that the ultimate sacrifice is that my prayer time, my spiritual time is early in the morning. It's early in the morning. So I have to sacrifice sleep most nights. Sometimes I post my little sleep meter on my IG, and it'll show, I might only get 2-3 hours of sleep sometimes. One time I only got 1 hour of sleep and I still went in and worked out, because it was just, it's not even about, oh man, I only got 1 hour of sleep. It was just like, me and my wife was having some great conversation the night before, like that. It just kind of like, it was almost like some of y'all stand on the phone with your girl or your boyfriend all night, or all night or all night long. Sorry. But only got 1 hour. But I knew that when that alarm clock went off, I was faced with one or two decisions. That decision was, it was either I was going to be locked in or I was going to give myself an excuse to just rest, because I needed it, right? And it's true, you do need your rest. But I knew I had to go because I know me. And Nate has to stay locked in. If I'm not locked in, then mentally I just tank. And when mentally I tank, that means business tanks. So being locked in has a new meaning for me. So I'm gonna challenge you